path real quick here, so hang out for one moment. I can tell that all three of these greater kudu here are females because of the fact that they don't have horns on their heads. If they were males, they would have long, spiraling horns that could grow up to 6 feet in total length. If you wanted a visual reference of that, take a look at the spotting guide up above your head on the far. That big black and white bird right down near the ground. That's a saddle-billed stork down there.
It's a rhino.
Looks like we have another black rhino out here on our left side, kind of just resting against that wall over there. Take a little nap. Got another saddle-billed stork up on the hill to our right. Once again, that's that big black and white bird, about 4 to 5 feet tall, the wingspan of about 9 feet wide. The hippos on our left side to the left of that island. They almost look like a cluster of big red rocks, but those are all Nile hippopotamuses out there to the left of the islands. We do call a group of them as a float. They can hold their breath for up to about 8 minutes at a time. They'll generally come up for a real quick breath of air and go right back down beneath the surface of the water once again. There's also all these big white birds nesting on the islands to our left. Those are pink-backed pelicans. They get their name for the pink coloration that appears on their backs. Go figure, during the mating season. Plenty of other birds in the area as well, egrets, black vultures, mallards, ibises, etc., etc. But all the other birds out here are Florida natives, so I don't know what they're doing here in Africa. It must have been a really long flight. Those of you on the left might be able to glimpse our baby hippo out there.
Where's the baby?
She's actually resting on the island right now.
See the baby hippo?
Where?
She's sitting down. By the birds in the middle. It's a baby hippo.
So she is a female. And now to our left side, we've got a basque of Nile.
Oh, there's the
Crocodiles out there.
crocodiles.
We call them a basque because they're often seen basking in the sunlight. They can grow up to about 16 feet in length. So some have been known to stretch upwards of 20 feet. Those guys are huge. You do not want to mess with a Nile crocodile.
What was that, Noah?
While they might look pretty scary though, Nile crocodiles are actually very good parents. If they have an egg that's just about ready to hatch, they can put the egg in their mouths and roll it around to help it out in the hatching process. Also, if any of their babies are ever potentially in... Now, I will say this is another bachelor herd right here. These two are brothers. Occasionally, I was wondering if that one was headed towards them to fight. Oh, they might be able to do a little argument here. Like I just said, they're brothers. They will fight with each other for like 5 seconds, just like how you might fight with your siblings. Then they just go back to having a meal together. Pretty constant. So when I saw a movie towards
Like sunscreen.
Maybe. We'll see.
Sit back.
And now coming up out on our left side, we've got a flock of greater flamingos, also known as a flamboyance of flamingos. You may notice that some of the flamingos out there on the island are gray in coloration as opposed to that usual pink color that you might expect. The gray ones are juveniles. They don't have their adult plumage yet. They've still got their gray baby feathers, but once they become a little bit older, they will molt. They'll lose that baby plumage, and then their adult contour feathers will grow back in their place. Then as they eat brine shrimp, that's what gives them that iconic pink coloration. You might be able to see those African elephants once again a little further up ahead of them. Very lucky to see cheetahs on the move. They generally spend most of their day at rest, conserving all the energy they can for when they need to move in a big burst of speed all at once. A cheetah can go from standstill to 60 miles per hour.
Decades of denial is simply wild. King undisputed, respected, saluted, and seen for the wonder I am. Yes, my chief and ambitions are men. Be prepared. Yes, our chief and ambitions are men. Be prepared.
Alright, I wanted to show you our nap spot that I was talking about in the napping video. So we are right across from where the bird show is. I'll turn around so you can see it. Right up here is the bird show, and then if you turn around, right across the way, there's like a little covered area with fans. We're sitting over here. Is that us? Or over here? Yeah, we're sitting over here in the corner. And as you're sitting there, first of all, there's like performers that come and play music, like right here. There's a performer right here playing music, and then there's also parades that come by. Let me show you the parade, or little boats. So those are the drummer guys. And earlier we saw Pumbaa. We saw Pumbaa and Timon. So I'm gonna also show you where that other nap spot is, the hidden one.
Is that where it is?
Okay, so I just flipped the camera around and I'm continuing to walk down the path. For reference, the bird show is right there. So I'm walking to, if you're looking at the bird show, to the left of the bird show. Mr. Kamal's right here, has amazing fries if you need a snack. And then there's this little pathway up here to the right. That's that secret pathway. So if you walk up this pathway already, it's like so much quieter. Oh, there's people in here today. And it's right over here. If you keep walking down the trail, I'll show you what you'll see, but that was it right back there. Squirrel. This is also nice if you're trying to get away from all the crowds on that main road. Just take a second. Check out the calm waterfalls. There's one of the blue tents if you need help with your lightning lane or any questions. Those are the people to go to. Then I also want to show you while we're over here. So this lets out right next to the Asia drums. So we have these drums over here that the kids can play on. Super cute. And all I did was turn around, and now I'm headed back to where we came from, but I want to show you a really cool picture spot that usually doesn't have a terrible line but has a great view of the tree of life. All right. So again, I'm walking towards the bird show from Asia, or it's still Asia technically, from the drums. And if you walk down this path right here, there's usually a photographer down here, and it is a really, really, really good shot from the Tree of Life. I'll show you what that picture looks like. Mia took one when we were on a walk earlier. And now we're gonna head back.
Oh yeah, I want to get a picture of it.
And continue waiting for our reservation at Yak and Yeti.
That's a what?
No one touched your pizza.
Mia, Noah, how was the pizza?
Good.
So much fun. You liked it?
You realize that's all we're gonna have to do.
You want to go back in the pool? Was the food yummy?
And we went on the pool.
We went in the pool.
We don't talk.
And this is where things get interesting. So Alex started to not feel very good when we were in the pool. We headed back to the room and were able to find some rapid COVID-19 tests, and he ended up testing positive. And the rest of us tested negative, so we found an Airbnb where we could well, we first tried to find a car that we could rent and drive back, but none of the car rental facilities had any car seats, and there was a huge snowstorm in the states in between Florida and Chicago. Like, those states got a lot of snow, and plus we weren't able to find car seats, so we decided it might be best for us just to bunker down and get an Airbnb and wait out the quarantine. So that's what we ended up doing. Alex's dad actually looked into overnighting our computers so that we could work remotely, and it was cheaper for him to fly the computers to Orlando and use points to stay at one of the Disney resorts than it would have been to overnight the computers and ship them to us. So he flew the computers down. He had us send him a grocery list and got all the groceries and everything that we needed to stay at the Airbnb for the entire time of our quarantine. And he dropped those things off at the front door of the Airbnb and left so that he wasn't exposed. And he stayed separately than us at a Disney resort. Inside the Airbnb, we tried to distance ourselves from Alex as much as possible. He was in a back room and then we were in the front of the house. But we all got COVID and it was a really mild case. We lucked out. Alex kind of had it the worst. He just had a really bad cough and was really tired. But we don't think that, like, he would have tested positive for that long, just based on like the timeline of when we think he could have gotten it to when he tested positive and then when we tested positive. So we're hoping that we caught it soon and that we didn't, spread it to many people. We felt really bad that we had tested positive and we had been at the pool with our masks off, but we quarantined for the rest of our stay. We were supposed to go to Hollywood Studios the next day. We also had a dinner reservation that night, so of course we canceled that dinner reservation, got charged for it. And then we canceled everything the next day for Hollywood Studios. We had to cancel our flight home and rebook it, and that was a whole process. But we waited out our quarantine and then we came back to Chicago just a little bit later than expected. So it was an interesting end to our vacation, but we definitely lucked out that none of us had super severe symptoms. It was mostly just like sore throat, cough, runny nose, sinus type. Not the ending that we wanted to give you on this video. We weren't filming a lot because we weren't sure if we wanted to share that, but we wanted to keep it real with you guys. Yeah, so that's how our vacation ended. We stayed at the Airbnb and then we flew home when our quarantine was over. This room is super cool. I'm on another bunk bed right here that's just like that one. And the kids are watching Kronk's New Groove. Every single room has a TV in it, a smart TV.